Welcome to Film Bites, the podcast where a lad and his dad talk about films they've just watched.
Enter the Clones of Bruce, another one screening at this year's Fright Fest. Another one from the looking to be rather brilliant Severin Distribution. I was quite taken aback by just how good this documentary was. Following on from Mancunian Man, which we also thought was absolutely brilliant, here comes another one about Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So much detail, so much information that I'd never heard of before.
Nor did I.
What did you think?
I thought it was interesting, a very compelling piece as well that was put together. I didn't realise the extent of how much exploitation was basically being done with that genre of movie. And especially within coordination of Bruce Lee as well. It was so shocking. I couldn't believe how much of these Chinese rip-off movies had been basically coming about after the death of Bruce Lee. It was just, how could you get away with those things? Because you definitely couldn't get away with them now.
Absolutely. I mean, this documentary explores in quite some depth the fact that Bruce Lee only really did 4 movies.
Yes.
That's covered before the titles roll on this.
I think, yeah, so it's 4 movies, and he did 30 minutes of another one, which that was when the unfortunate incident took place.
Yeah, and they explore that in here as well. And then we have various iterations of people pretending to be Bruce Lee in all sorts of knockoff stuff. I mean, whilst I remember briefly of the blaxploitation cinema of the 60s, 70s and 80s, I didn't really pick up on the fact that there was so much of Bruceploitation, which is a mouthful.
Yes.
And the volume of films that were being made, just ripping off his style, ripping off all of the notion of the legend that he had already become, it's just staggering.
I think what it is as well is with this particular documentary, with how it's been put together, it looks into the different aspects and subcategories that were basically created from it as well. There was some that were more successful than others. It got into definite rights issues, and overall, the morals. Is there any morality in what was done there? I don't think so. I think it was very much just a decision to make more money.
Yeah.
And it was just staggering to watch. It was the amount that they used and how extreme they went to try and just get a Bruce Lee look like. They went to the extent of cardboard cutout faces and even showing footage of the funeral. It's just, what?
It's mind-blowing. And I liked that they spoke to most of the actors that have portrayed variations of him. Bruce Lee with one E, Bruce Lai, Bruce Lowe, Bruce Liang, and various people, that some of which didn't even know that they'd been called Bruce Lee until the films were released. Just mind-blowing. And I think this documentary is incredible in the way that it tells the story of like a subculture almost.
Yeah. It powered through the 70s mainly as a kind of way of, I don't know, well, it wasn't just the exploitation aspect, but it was more people were in mourning of Bruce Lee, so they had to have another Bruce Lee movie. But it was Bruce Lee, but it wasn't Bruce Lee. It was people mimicking Bruce Lee, but it wasn't anything that really captured that same magic. But people ate it up because they needed something that basically filled a void.
Yeah, because it was such a powerful genre that had started with his work, and the loss was so quick into his career that they just fabricated an entire way forward based around his legacy, which is, you can't really envisage that happening like this anymore.
Not at all, yeah.
There isn't a key actor that I would say has progressed any kind of genre in the way that Bruce Lee did. Certainly the style in which he did his martial arts, with all the noises and things that he actually did in combat. It was just, this is an extraordinary documentary. And presumably after it's done the festival circuit, this will land on the streaming services. I would definitely recommend anybody picks this up to watch, because I was really mind blown after watching it. I thought this was incredible.
I have to agree. I think that it's not just the documentary that's fantastic. I also have to say that the publication team of Severin is one to keep an eye out of as well. They've highlighted a lot this year, and I look forward to seeing what they have in store as well, because it seems to be that the 3 things we've watched that come essentially from them are brilliant.
Absolutely. So check this one out then. This is Enter the Clones of Bruce, and it should be available shortly.
If you've enjoyed our podcast, please consider liking and subscribing for future episodes. Smash the like notification bell if you're on YouTube. Your support means the world to us. Please help us spread the word to grow the podcast. Until we meet again, Film Biters, We'll be watching. Will you?